Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, bringing you an expanding library of education with even more ways to sharpen your trading skills. Access new online courses, insightful webcasts, articles, engaging videos, and more, all curated just for traders. Plus, guided learning paths with content designed to fit your unique interests. No sifting to find exactly what you need, so you can spend your time learning to trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.
Welcome to You Had Me Yet podcast, where we fall in love with romantic comedies all over again, one decade at a time. I'm Jess Sterling, and of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Napkinhead.
Outrageous. Outrageous. You didn't even prepare me to get a napkin for the bit. And I totally would have done it.
Sorry, Mr. Napkinhead.
Mr. Napkinhead, yes. Oh, God, there were some accents in this film, wasn't there?
In a bad way? Well, Jude Law's British. Are the children not?
The children are, but British people playing up Britishness for an American audience.
Ain't it?
It's very much like this, yeah? We talk like this.
Want some tea?
We're trying to be sort of posh, but also a little bit common. It's wrong. It's wrong is what it is.
I love it. This is why I picked this movie. Because, I don't live in LA. I don't live in California. I don't even live on the West Coast. But I do live in America. And you live in London. And so it is just like this mesh them together. It's perfect. It's great.
It works for like the different perspectives that we've got. And also I think different perspectives in the sense of you notoriously quite like this film. And yes, I have a history of really not liking this film. Which as I was saying beforehand, I think that a lot of it comes with like history. I had a friend that was really kind of pushing us to watch it. Took us a while to get around to it. And, it still has that kind of intrinsic, no, that you pushed it too much. I can't like it. Like, I refuse to. I can't
such a
accept
contrarian. You're such a hipster. Like, I don't like it because everyone else likes it.
No, it's not even being a hipster, because I think like the hipstery thing would be to like lean into the kind of cringe of this film. I think it's just more being a dick of a friend.
Yeah, you're just being a dick. That's what it is. Anyway, subscribe at You Had Me At podcast. Follow us everywhere at You Had Meat Pod, and email us if you have feedback. YouHadMeatPod@gmail.com, and that's meat MEAT because it's me at, even though it looks like meat. I can't think of this podcast without thinking about meat.
I know, it's really bad.
I literally only think of the little steak emoji.
I think of our listeners as the meaties.
Yeah, the little meatballs. They're little meatballs.
The meatballs.
Yeah, they're little meatballs. Yeah. So before we get too far into it, let me do a recap for those of you who didn't have like two. It's a long movie. It's like 2 hours and change. Like it is quite lengthy. But it's worth it in my opinion. So let me give a quick recap for those who did not. Stop it, Stuart. He just made a face if you're not watching us on video, and I'm already annoyed. Anyway, it's time for a double rom-com, double the romances, double the fun. After breaking up with her no-good cheating boyfriend, Los Angeles local owner of a film trailer production company, which like who knew that was a thing? Probably isn't anymore. Amanda decides she needs to get out of town for the holidays. So she goes on homeexchange.com in the days before Airbnb, because this was in 2006, where she finds the idyllic cottage 40 minutes from London, which we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Iris's location, owned by our other leading lady, Iris. Iris just found out her ex is now engaged, and rather than sucking in the carbon dioxide from her stove, which was quite a bleak scene, she decides to take Amanda up on her offer to house swap. While in London, Amanda meets Iris's brother, Graham, who's handsome and funny, and also Mr. Napkinhead, and also a widower to two darling little girls. They obviously become smitten with one another, but the struggle with the idea of making their budding relationship work long distance Meanwhile, Iris has a dandy old time with Arthur Abbott, Amanda's neighbor and Oscar-winning screenwriter from the golden age of Hollywood. He gives her not so subtle hints at her leading lady
Ladle.
leading lady abilities by recommending classic films with a strong female protagonist. Iris also befriends Miles, a film composer, who, similarly to Iris, always chooses the bad romantic partner. His girlfriend Maggie cheats on him, and Iris and Miles trauma bond over their terrible taste in partners. Things go sideways when Maggie wants to be forgiven by Miles, and frickin' Jasper, who's Iris's ex, shows up to try to convince her to, like, I don't know, be his side piece. Like, what a piece of shit for reals.
Yeah, the worst.
Ugh. Luckily, they both have the good sense to deny their old flames and get together with one another. It's so great. The whole gang unites in London for New Year's Eve, and we can all imagine they get over whatever long distance hurdles that they might have in the future and live happily ever after. And that's our film, Stuart.
Yeah, because we don't need to deal with, like, you know, the admin around it, the real kind of like nitty gritty of everything. It just works out, right?
This is
Credits
a
are
rom-com.
rolled.
This isn't real life, Stuart. Let's just pretend, okay? They're all
Yeah.
going to live in a house together, and it'll be like 3 men and a baby, but 4 adults and 2 girls. Have you seen 3 Men and a Baby?
I feel like I have.
No, you haven't. You definitely
I have. No,
You
because
haven't.
it's got Mustachio guy in it, right?
Tom Selleck.
That's the one. And it's
Richard.
got who's the other guy?
There's 2 other guys.
Police Academy. This is
Wow.
really bad.
I don't know
really
that I've seen
misremembering.
Police Academy, so I don't know.
Wow. Okay. You've not seen Police Academy? You ain't seen Bad Boys 2? If anyone gets that.
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't even recall 3 Men and a Baby. Oh, it's got guy from Cheers, Ted Danson.
The guy from Cheers. Yeah, Ted
And it
Danson is
is-
his name.
And it's the guy from the Simpsons song, Steve Gutenberg from the I know. Yeah, I know them.
It
yeah.
Takes 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he is in Police Academy.
Oh, okay. Yes, Steve Gutenberg is a notorious trash human being, but also plays opposite Kirstie Alley in It Takes 2, the incredible Mary-Kate and Ashley film.
He is?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think he's a Republican. I don't know. I just know he's a
Oh.
douchebag. He's just a rich
Maybe
douchebag,
that's-
you know?
Yeah, maybe that's why in the Simpsons song they're like, what makes Steve Gutenberg a star? Because, like, why else
Yeah,
would he be?
because he's a white man. That's why. He really feels like he almost like looks a little Joe Rogan-y to me. Like if he was bald, if he shaved his head.
Looking at like later
Yeah.
pictures of him, I kind of see
Yeah,
it.
that's
a
what it
little
is.
bit.
Anyway.
I will say Kirstie Alley, also not exactly top tier
No.
human being.
No.
However, probably the most acceptable Scientologist, just because she was in a couple of really good films I love. Is that bad? Is that bad to admit?
Wow.
I will
no.
forgive her for Drop Dead Gorgeous. Drop Dead Gorgeous was one of the best films ever.
She's in a lot of and she's like classic 90s like rom-com comedy queen.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know how we got here. But how do we talk about 3 Men and a Baby? How did that even happen? Where were we?
I
What's
don't
happening?
even know where we got onto
What
it.
day
Where
is it?
did we get onto it? Oh, because they were all going to share a house and live happily ever after.
Yes, we're
4
ignoring
adults,
the
2
real
kids.
world bullshit, Stuart. I don't need for them to figure out how they're gonna. Each of these couples is gonna make long distance work because all 4 of them have ties. Oh no, I feel like okay. Of the four, I think Iris is most easily able to pick up and move her life. Would you disagree?
Wow. Way to dismiss her legitimate job as a journalist.
I think
for
she's like an editor.
weddings or something.
I think
was
she
covering someone's
edits, which
wedding.
I'm like, you could do that remotely, you know? Like I feel
Yeah.
like Amanda needs to be in LA for the whole film trailer
Networking
BS.
stuff. Yeah.
Same goes for Miles.
Yeah. And then Graham,
Probably.
he's like a book editor, so he can like edit as
He
well.
has
Like,
children though.
yeah, but they're young enough. Just whatever.
They're grandparents. He has like I feel like he can't move them far away from his dead wife's parents.
Oh,
That's rough.
that would be
Plus they have
rough.
little like daddy.
Maybe
Miss
this is
Napkin
why.
Head."
Yeah, this is why we did like fade to credits. We don't have to think about this because this film was long enough. Like, I think if we could wrestle with all of this stuff, it'd be like another hour. And this film, I mean, I will say, to its detriment, went on a bit long. There could have been a lot of
Sure.
cutting going on, a lot less of this self-indulgent pat on the back. Oh, that's a really good line, says a screenwriter. Way to actually, Nancy Myers, I'm calling you out here, girl. Way to pat yourself on the back for your own writing. You
I
can't compliment your
feel
own work and your own writing. It's awful behavior.
But I think the problem then is, though, if you're making cuts or if you're making it shorter, I feel like the obvious thing to go is the Arthur Abbott storyline because it's
Mhm.
not rom-com like material, right? Like it's friendship,
Yeah.
it's not. And I love that storyline, so I don't want to lose that storyline. Like I love Arthur. I think he's such a fun character and I think he gives Iris. Okay, is this a hot take? He gives Iris more growth for her storyline than Miles does. I feel like she is more accepting of like Miles's advances and more likely to get with Miles because of the work that Arthur does for her.
Yeah, no, completely agree. And so, like, in that case, then what it really should be is it's not a film with two relationships. Well, it is a film with two relationships, but it's not a film with two romances. Cut Miles altogether,
How dare you? How
which
dare
is
you?
unbelievable to say because Jack Black is an absolute star.
You can't get rid of Jack Black. You can't do it. And one of the reasons is because he is the film composer. Like you need the film composer. You need the like doodly do. You need that storyline. You can't just ditch it.
You could ditch it. And I say that as someone that loves like film scores. And I will say, while we're on the topic of film scores, I mean, like Hans Zimmer knocked out of the park as per usual. Got his little reference, even though they did cite Driving Miss Daisy of all his achievements. Really should be citing Crimson Tide, one of his best early works. But what does it add? Other than the moment for Arthur getting up onto like the stage and stuff, cut the music out of that.
No, it adds
It's still him just
Iris
achieving his thing.
It adds Iris finding someone who appreciates her and here's the thing. I don't know. The eye rolls that just occurred. Here's the thing. When we're talking about the two romances here, we have Amanda and Graham in London, and we have Iris and Miles in LA, right? Were you about to just do the in London? I could see your mouth twitch.
No, I was about to be like, Graham. Because the Americanization, Graham.
It's
Graham.
Excuse me? Graham?
Graham. Why are you saying Graham?
Because like it's Graham. What do you mean?
Graham.
Yeah, Graham cracker.
Graham. This is like the way you say like the name Aaron. Aaron.
It's Aaron.
So wrong.
Aaron.
It's like Erin, which is
It is Aaron. Oh, not you two. I can't tell you how many times I've had this same literal conversation with Sarah because she yells at me because I say her name Sarah instead of saying it with her accent, which comes out really weird.
I mean, yeah, in your defense, Sarah does say her name wrong.
Sarah. Anyway,
Sarah.
Fine. It's fine. Anyway, Amanda and Graham, of these two different couples, I much prefer Iris and Miles. And here's the thing. Jude Law is like hunky hunk beyond measure. Like, good God, he's too beautiful for this world.
This is peak Jude Law, right?
Peak Jude Law. He cannot be better than this. And the thing is, I would still take Iris and Miles. And the reason is I adore a rom-com, a story, a romance that is friendship first, that like starts out without the like, like insane, we're gonna fuck on the first night we met sort of a vibe, like they don't. They just hang out and they have a good time and they like commiserate about their failed romances. And I think that's just like so lovely. They make each other laugh. Like one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when they're going out to Blockbuster to like pick up a movie, and he just starts doing the movie scores in the middle of the store, and she's so embarrassed. Like I think it's so adorable.
That is really cute and stuff. I think the problem is they just try to shoehorn in too many different plot points. Like the Arthur thing and their friendship and the whole building up of her confidence is one thing. And then you've got Miles and their building friendship and her understanding, what it's like to actually have someone appreciate her for who she is another. And then you conflate that with like his awkward situation with his piece of shit
Maybe we just
girlfriend.
get rid of Maggie. Maybe we just ditch the Maggie storyline.
Maybe it's that, and maybe it's like,
maybe he just has that in his past. It doesn't have to be like happening at the moment.
Yeah, and like I just think that there could be a lot of stuff that could like make that whole aspect like cleaner. Because this is the thing. I think the thing is that I'm like you. I appreciate their romance more than I do Amanda and Graham, because it's so, I don't know, like I don't know. I just find it a bit more. Well, it's more normal.
It's not really normal, but it's normal,
more relatable. I think, kind of thing. And so I do appreciate it for that. But I'm like, oh, just clean it up a little bit, because even though I appreciate that one, that was where I kind of flagged a little bit and found myself side screening for a fair bit, which is not good. Not a good sign, I don't think.
Yeah. On the same note, I adore Arthur. I love this storyline of like this guy who was really like a famous dude in the golden age of Hollywood, but now he's older, he lives alone, like no one really pays attention to him. Iris, being just like the good soul that she is, like stops when she sees him wandering around. They form like a really lovely friendship. I adore this storyline. I really love her and like all the old men just like hanging out together. I just think it's so sweet. I don't know. I would hate to cut any of Iris's storyline because I enjoy it so much. Maybe I would cut some of the Amanda and Graham stuff though. I don't know. Maybe I would just trim it up a little bit, right? Like I feel like there's too much. We spent too much time with the like one night stand of it all, I think.
Yeah, there is an aspect of that, certainly. Because, like, I think everything with Arthur is really, really good. And I think that even though, like, it allows a lot of the stuff to breathe, because there's that kind of, like, the slow scene of them, like, going into his place and her seeing his office and seeing, like, all the stacks of paper and, like, really kind of old school office vibe. And then tucked away in the corner is just an Academy Award, super chill kind of thing.
Who doesn't have one?
Exactly. It's so stupid. It's what's really funny actually is we went to the headquarters for BAFTA, and they've got like all of their like little, almost like a little museum of all the trinkets and awards and stuff like that. But BAFTA were awarded an Academy Award, and so the Academy Award is in there. And despite being in BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television is, you go in there and you see all of those, and I should be awed by that. No, immediately saw the Oscar and went, oh, it's an Oscar. And I was like, it's so bad. But it's like, they do have that kind of power. So like her seeing it and it's just like, holy crap, it's like, this guy is legit and has like serious kind of like props. And I think like that whole stuff built up to her obviously building that appreciation for the whole evening with Arthur situation, and her being like, no, this is a big deal and you should be celebrated. And I love the fact that the two of them bolstered each other's confidence up at the same time, which was a great thing. I think just maybe trim around it a little bit, but then I don't know what to cut, because the Hanukkah party was amazing.
Yeah, I do think I would probably cut something more from the Amanda and Graham storyline, because I do think there is like, we're getting Iris, who is like desperately in love with like her ex / I feel like it's her boss, but I don't know if it is. He seems like he is, right?
Dynamic.
Yeah. And then we have the other side of the coin, which is Amanda, who is just like a workaholic with some kind of acid reflux problem. And like she can't cry.
Didn't need to know that.
She is according to her ex, emotionally unavailable. So like she needs to get away and meets this really lovely guy who shows up on her doorstep drunk. And I would not have let this man inside the house, but that's just me. Although maybe if he looked like Jude Law, actually.
Hello,
So
personal
good
safety
looking.
can go to shit so long as they're hot.
Fucking Jude Law, man. He's so good looking. Yeah. And I don't know, especially with the glasses, but he doesn't have the glasses on in that scene. He has them on later on. It
No.
looks so good with the glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, great touch to leave the glasses till the next morning and being like, oh, I'm
Yes.
already a dish. Here's the cherry on top. And
It's
like,
very much it's the slutty little glasses that what's his
they're
name?
really slutty little glasses.
They are slutty little glasses. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do think there is some stuff we could trim if you're looking to like save some time. Like my question, okay, because we have the scene where like Amanda is like, I'm gonna drive on the other side of the road. Blah, 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 blah. Like we could cut that. We could easily cut that. I don't care that she can't drive in London.
We could absolutely do it, but that certainly is not driving in London. That's driving in like the British countryside. And I will say, it's so much worse than that. She had a really wide, like there were clearly 2 lanes to that road, even though it's quite narrow. Country lanes in the UK literally have space for 1 car. Traffic goes in both directions. You're expected to because there are like all these like places where you can pull in and give way, and if you like end up going too fast, you end up like not coming into contact with each other. But if you're speeding like a maniac, possibly. But yeah, there is a certain sense of fear, and as much as she was like very prissy with the whole like screaming and covering her eyes as she goes past like the big truck and stuff, I kind of get it. There is an aspect of that sometimes where you just pray sometimes that you don't clip a wing mirror.
The thing I don't understand is in order to get to the cottage, right? Like the guy refuses to drop her off there. She has to like I don't know, hoof it. Like the whole whatever, however long, miles, kilometers, whatever the hell. She has to hoof it. But then when she leaves later in the movie, a cab is like right at the door. So what is the deal? What is happening in England? Is this realistic that people would not be able to drive you to the door?
I feel like the cab driver there is just being an arsehole. Like typical thing of just like, oh, I don't want to do the work kind of thing. Whereas now she's probably built up the confidence to be like, no, pull up to the house, you dipshit, and then he forced him to do it. I kind of feel like maybe is an aspect of that wasn't really articulated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's certainly not an epidemic of British cabbies being like, no, I'm going to take you half the way. I think that one is just him being a bit of a doofus.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, because here's the thing. Okay, if we're choosing, right? If you're picking a location, if you're going on homeexchange.com, are you going to Amanda's expensive LA home, or are you going to Iris's cottage 40 minutes outside of London?
Is this even a question, Jess? It is the cottage. Every single time. I'm literally like in 2 days' time going away to a cottage in the countryside because it is the dream. Me and my friends did this a couple of years ago. My friend who actually recommended that I watched The Holiday originally, we all booked like this cottage in the winter, and it was the most picturesque cottage that we could find, and it was such a great time away, despite the fact that nothing really truly worked. Everything was old as shit. It was cold as anything. But we just got the fire going, and it was a cozy, amazing time. What's also really annoyed me about it, though, is that cottage you could have booked out. It was available for like rentals, for like holiday rentals a couple of years ago, but then they sold it, I think, and now it's in private ownership, and now it's no longer available for renting.
That's
which is like, I missed the narrow window. It was like just after COVID.
Yeah.
And only a couple of years ago. So it's possible. But yeah, it's got to be the cottage, right? Like, would you go for the Amanda one or?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is the cottage definitely has the fact it's like closer to, I mean, it's 40 minutes from London, but it's closer to London, which I haven't been to. I have no real interest in going to.
I will just say there's no way it's 40 minutes. But anyway,
more than 40?
Oh, way more than 40.
Oh, okay.
Like, so it's set in a place called Sheer, which is near Guildford, which is like, it is in Surrey and stuff, but you're talking more like an hour and a half.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I mean, you'd sit in LA traffic for that long. So,
Mhm.
like I don't want to go to LA. I don't like the heat. If I'm going especially during the holidays, hell no am I going to the West Coast to like be hot in the holiday. No, thank you. I mean, there's the Santa Ana winds. But I would
Is that a thing
I
as
think
well?
so. I don't know that there's like as much mythos and stuff surrounding them, but I believe the Santa Ana winds are a thing.
Right,
Uh
because I felt like
yeah.
they kind of took it a bit far with the constant noise effects every time she opened the door,
Yeah.
and it'd be like,
Yeah.
as if like fucking Dorothy is gonna go by with a house in the
Yes.
background. It was just
Do
absurd.
you think they played it up? I don't know. I don't live there, but I think the cottage is definitely what I would be more likely to choose. The biggest downside is the fact that like, yeah, I gotta hoof it however many freaking kilometers or whatever to get there. And the fact that it's like so far from England, like actual proper London, but like whatever. It also looked very small. And here's the thing. I think if we're talking like we'll get into like the actual red flags and stuff. The biggest red flag for Iris is the fact that she would trust a stranger to take care of her dog.
Yeah,
What?
that wild, especially one that's like, what was it? She describes herself as just emotionally unavailable, like kind of like not really the best
No.
descriptor for
Amanda
someone trustworthy. I
reeks
didn't
of
think.
someone who's never owned a pet in her life. Like
Oh,
she is not a pet
completely.
owner, you know?
Yeah. Every plant she's ever owned has died. That's the vibe I kind of get
Everything
completely.
she has no, because she has a gardener, so she doesn't need to deal with any
Well,
of that.
exactly. But every plant
Yeah.
that she's like kind
Yeah.
of dealt with. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think I would go to London for sure. But again, I would choose Iris and Miles as like the couple that I like more.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's the thing. Is like I find it to be why I get that Iris needs to get away, but why would you leave that lovely cottage? It's so pretty.
because she's
It's
depressed because she's gonna freaking Sylvia Plath herself in her house. Like she's like, like she needs to get out of there.
honestly huffing the gas was the funniest thing, and she realizes what she's doing. She's like, "What am I doing?"
What am I doing? Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
tragic. So
it
tragic.
is. It is.
Mhm.
I love her. I love her so much. I think she
Yeah.
is I just think she's so fun. Like I love her running around the LA home like just giddy at like all of the
Mhm.
amenities. Like there's a pool, there's a gym, there's she's still wearing a freaking scarf. Like that scarf would have been ditched the moment I got off the plane. Like she's a psychopath for that. Uh I can't overstate how much I hate the heat. Just it's not for me.
Yeah. This is why
Yeah,
we're in such good moods. It is winter and it's wonderful. I think, yeah,
yeah,
the one thing we like truly agree on is the heat can get in the absolute bin.
yeah.
It's so much better in winter. Like everything's just much more temperate, enjoyable. Like how freaking cozy does Amanda look when she's in the bed with like a big chunky like jumper on and she's got all like the snacks and stuff. I was just like, that
Mhm.
is heaven.
Yeah,
Heaven.
yeah. Stocked up at the
Mm.
grocery store, got enough wine for a whole party, drinking at like right before she's about to drive. Like, Amanda, you already are struggling on these England roads. You don't need to be drinking. Anyway.
We'll say
Um,
there was a fair bit of drink driving in this film. Like Miles does it after the Hanukkah
yeah,
party, and he's
what
like
um
downing red wine, and then goes out and drives home. And I was like,
how did how
Miles,
did Graham get to frickin' Iris's house? Like he's like, "Oh, me
he
and
walked.
my."
That's why he had to stay there, though.
But he
That was
walked
his whole
from
thing.
where? From London?
Not from London.
Oh.
There is the geography of the UK is not London and then this one cottage, Jess. There are other settlements and
I don't
places that people
understand
go. I imagine
geography.
I imagine like so the college is probably just like probably a fair walk. Like we're talking maybe like a half-hour walk or something, but from a nearby village that has a pub in it, which he probably lives nearby as well. And I'm guessing that he probably drives into that pub, and it's quicker to walk to the cottage than it is back to his place. Hence why he
Mm,
goes there instead of like
okay.
drink driving. He's a responsible person. People in the country aren't necessarily always responsible when it comes to that stuff.
It's even
Yeah, there's a lot
scarier
of
when two cars can't fit on one road.
exactly. That's why every night is like
Oh my God.
precarious. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But like their
Yeah.
whole like meeting though was really kind of adorable in a way. Like the whole, oh, I'm a bit drunk and stuff like that. Like immediately they've got chemistry, which kind of works, I thought, which was quite good. I will say the things that didn't work for me in it though is the fact that when they do kiss and stuff,
Yep.
at one point he kisses her eye.
Thank you. Okay. I was watching this last
What?
night, and both me and Will were like, "Why did he kiss her eyeballs?"
Ooh. It's like
such a-
he's trying to
and
like
it's
do the whole tender thing and
But
like,
it's
it was
like, why her eyes? Like the forehead, sure. The nose, maybe. The cheeks, okay. Eyes? The eyes? That's such a
it was-
weird thing to do.
John Cusack back of the car level like cringe of just why that? And then when they have the
Yeah.
conversation about it all and stuff, and he's like, "What do you think of foreplay?" And she's like, "It's overrated." And I'm like, "You're doing it wrong. Like, what the hell? Who said that?"
Yeah.
Oh god, the whole
Yeah.
the whole writing around them and the portrayal. It's so weird that they have chemistry despite all of these hurdles in their way of the acting
Yeah.
and the writing. It really doesn't work in their favor, but somehow it comes together.
Yeah. It also is interesting because like Amanda, like I said about Amanda, like she's never owned a pet in her life. I also feel like she'd be a person who's never interacted with a child before. And yet she's
I mean, that was
surprisingly
clear from the
good.
kids.
Yeah, but she's surprisingly good with them though. Like I feel like she's not
Yeah.
bad with them.
Yeah, she's not terrible with them. Like she kind of, I think this is going to be really bad and really judgy. I think it's less an adult getting along with the kids. I think it's just someone with the same kind of mental age as the kids interacting with them. Because in one sense, she's a really
Yeah.
accomplished like
Mhm.
person, and in the other sense, she's just an immature baby.
Yeah, she's
And
like,
so
I haven't cried since my parents got divorced. Which
yeah,
part of me was like, are your parents alive? Just she also reeks of someone whose parents are dead. Like it just feels like she's just like this
wow,
loner. It feels like she's a loner. Like she doesn't ever really talk about friends or family. It feels like she just, I mean, she only hangs out with like John Krasinski and Catherine Hahn. Those are her only friends
good
and they're
friends.
coworkers.
Yeah,
They're pretty great friends.
yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like she does anything besides work. And it was just interesting. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was weird that like the thing that made her cry that she has not cried since seeing is the divorce, not death or something. You know what I mean?
I mean, you have headcanon that they're dead.
In my head, they're dead. There's a lot of dead people in this movie in my head. Because obviously
Wow.
Graham's first wife dead.
Yeah.
Amanda's parents dead. I suppose Iris and Graham have parents, so they're probably alive. I don't know.
Yeah, they seem like they're nearby.
No.
But
Arthur's
then
wife dead. Everyone is
sorry.
dead.
We just talk about who's dead.
It just feels like there's a lot of dead people. Just saying.
Wow, that's a thing I never even considered about it. I mean, she does portray that vibe. Like, I get it. No reference to it in this film whatsoever.
No.
I'm sure. I watched
Did you
it, like,
find
an
that
hour
they
ago.
were it was a bit of a put on the Three Musketeers of it all? Oh, we used to call ourselves the Three Musketeers, and then the little
Ugh.
girl's like, oh, the Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers, you don't like tents? Oh my god. What was the
They're
other
so
one? I love
British.
perfume, but he won't let me wear it. Oh my
See,
god. I
and
found
this
that
is
was so shoehorned, like kind of
it
like,
really,
awkwardly
yeah.
bad dialogue in. I was like, and to the kids' credit, the kids were hilarious and
Kids were
delivered
great.
it fairly okay. It's just
Daddy,
the writing
I
was
only
so
have 5 marshmallows and she has more.
yeah. And he's like, shut up, I gave you both 5.
I counted. It's so good. It's so good. See, this is why we needed to cover Love Actually, so we could come in here with her. I hate Uncle Jamie.
I hate Uncle Jamie. I'm the lobster.
So good. It's so good. We were talking
Oh,
about that
God.
pre-pod about this is not a very quotable movie. And I feel like I tend to enjoy movies that I can just quote endlessly. And this is
Yeah.
not one of them.
No, I think like this I wrote down 3 quotes from this entire film. Those 2 from the kids and "I am daddy," which all come from the same scene.
Yeah, you are, Jude Law. Yeah, you are. He is
Yeah, you know he
daddy.
said that with a bit of like,
I'm
an eye twitch
daddy.
afterwards. It's like, "I'm daddy."
It's like,
But
yeah,
yeah.
you are.
But then
Oh my
in
god.
between both of those, like I'd say the only iconic real quotes of this entire film, we did get Mr. Napkin Head, which was
Mr.
a
Napkin
choice.
Head.
Was that entirely necessary? Like we're talking about things we
Yes.
can cut. Mr. Napkin Head can go, right?
No, it cannot. It is completely necessary.
Why?
Because
And
I
how did
love
it
it.
come about? Because there's a lot of like things that seem to be thrown into this film based on like interactions outside and during the filming process. Like being a writer director, Nancy Myers had a bit of liberty to like throw some things in. Was Jude Law like cracking this out at like the crew dinner like
I don't know.
after filming one day, and she goes, "That's going in."
Yeah,
Like,
he
how
needed to
does
put on
Mr.
his
Napkin Head?
because she's like, we need to highlight the slutty little glasses. So napkin on the face, glasses over top,
So
smoke with
get
the
rid of that
spoon.
distracting face.
Yes,
Get rid of
that
his
is-
gorgeous face and just
it's
give
too
me the slutty
distracting.
glasses.
Yeah. You know what we could have cut? We could have cut there's so much running that happens in this movie. Like there's a lot of
Yes.
running. We have running when Amanda, well, she's more walking, but like Amanda getting to the cottage was a lot of walking in
Yeah.
heels, which a choice in the middle of winter in
Mhm.
London. Okay, whatever. I never get it.
It's
You're
not
gonna break
London.
an
Stop
ankle.
saying it's London.
Whatever. English countryside. The point is that there's fucking snow, and heels are a dumbass decision unless you were looking to break an ankle. Like
Yeah.
truly. Then we have like when Graham and and Amanda are like going out, and they're just like running around a random place like children. Like I don't know what that was about, but we could have cut that. That was fine. I don't know if
I
you remember
watched
where the
this
hell that
film
was.
like an hour ago. I have no recollection of that scene.
It's like around the same scene where she tells him about her trauma with the divorce.
That's
I
probably
don't
why
know.
I checked out.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's fine.
care.
I did too. I wish I could forget that part. And then at the end of the movie, when they say goodbye, she gets in the cab. She
Mhm.
starts crying. She realizes I can cry again. She makes the cab driver stop, and she just fucking runs. She runs again in fucking heels. Like, what is this,
In the
Jurassic
snow?
World? Too much. Too much. Stop with the heels. Put on snow boots, you idiot. I mean, maybe she doesn't have snow. She's rich. She has snow boots. She goes skiing. She's a skiing
I
bitch. I can tell.
I don't care how slow that car was going. There's no way that she's running faster in heels in the snow than a
It's
vehicle.
For the
right?
drama. It's not as dramatic if you take the car back.
Yeah. There is that. Like Nerdwriter did a really good video
watched
essay
that.
on this on YouTube, talking about like kind of the need for it in rom-coms and why it's so prevalent
Yeah.
and stuff. And this is like the most, I think, quintessential example of anyone. And I like the fact that they did
Yeah.
completely like almost like throwing a gag of her like catching her breath halfway through.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense to me. She's
There
trying to
are
outrun
movies.
a car.
There are movies where I feel like the running makes sense. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples. When Harry Met
Okay.
Sally, Harry is trying to get to Sally before the clock turns to midnight on New Year's,
Yep.
right? He wants
Ding
to do
dong,
New Year's
time
kiss.
limit. Yep.
Time limit, that makes, and he's in New York. You're not getting anywhere quicker in New York. Like, as long as there's not a subway, whatever. Either way, I think it makes sense. Another example in a movie that I've referenced already, this podcast, Love Actually, little kid, gotta get to the girl.
Yes.
He has to outrun security. Makes sense. He's sprinting. Also, he's a little kid. Give him a couple running scenes. Who cares? He needs to work off some energy anyway. Don't give the woman in high heels in the snow the running scene when a car can move faster. What are we doing?
Speaking of the little kid from Love Actually, have I told you my little anecdote about him?
No, the kid that plays something Jojen Reed or whatever
my
the
friend
hell
was-
from
Yeah. My friend was next door neighbors with him, and every time we used to go pick her up, we used to play the Game of Thrones theme really loudly
Such a
in the
dick.
car.
That's so
And
horrible.
and he had a small role in Star Wars. And but after seeing Star Wars, she saw him and she goes, "Oh, congrats on Star Wars!" And apparently he just went, "Thanks," and then just walked away.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Oh yeah, so funny.
Oh my
Good old
god.
Jojen, as we always call him,
Jojen.
because of Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
So, but yeah, are those the only
Wow.
two examples? Sorry, I've totally thrown you off that.
Yeah, I don't
those
think
two,
I had any
those two
other
are
to think about.
necessary.
That's what I'm
I feel
saying. Those
like,
are
yeah.
actual necessary running moments. Whereas,
Yeah,
I mean, put Amanda in the frickin' car and just back it on up.
exactly. Because like he's in the cottage. So worst case scenario, if she doesn't get there and he's not in the cottage, she knows where he lives.
She does know where
Like
he
it's a
lives.
small village.
And it would have had a little bit more time for him to, collect himself. He was like sobbing.
because he's the crier.
He's the
He
crier.
cries at everything. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's funny, Jess, talking about crying, because we've had this
Here we go.
long-standing conversation. This is 3 podcasts for you, everyone, by the way. Because I asked Jess, what films ever has she cried at? And she won't tell me, and it's infuriating.
Yeah.
So I say she won't tell me. She goes, "Oh, that's something we can talk about on the pod." And
It's
I've
a
been forgetting
podcast
the last 2
conversation.
podcasts.
It's wonderful every
Yes.
time I have to remind you you've forgotten.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. What would make you cry?
So
Considering that you are the Amanda, the Cameron Diaz of this.
I am the
podcast
Cameron
duo.
Diaz. I cry. Here's the thing. I'm not Amanda in that I cry in real life. Like, I am a human and I have emotions and I cry. It is rare that media makes me cry. It is very
Mhm.
rare that I will cry at a movie, at a show, music, never. Very, very, very rare. So the things that I have cried at, I can name, there are 2 movies that I know for a fact I've cried at. Ooh, maybe no, I think 2. 2 movies I know for a fact I've cried at. An episode of television I know I've cried at. That's all I can currently think of. But I think one of the movies, I'm pretty sure you have guessed. You've nailed spot on. And even as an adult, I will not. This is a movie. I feel like I've had this conversation on Shit 90 Shows Taught Me, simply because I have refused to ever cover one of these movies because I don't want to have to talk about it because I will cry. And it is Homeward Bound.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Homeward Bound gets me every time. I don't care what happens to human beings because we're all trash and we all know it. Animals are innocent and sacred creatures. Do not hurt an animal. I will cry. And it's every time. It is why am I blanking on his name? The golden retriever, the oldest of the crew.
Yeah.
He hasn't showed up yet. He's stuck in the pit. He's stuck in the mud pit, and he just says, "Go on without me. I'm just too old." And I fucking die because it's so tragic and it's so sad. And then Chance and Sassy make it back to the family, and the oldest son is sitting there, and he's like, "Where is he? What is this dog's name? Did you look it up? What is this dog's name?" Because now I feel bad because I haven't named him properly.
Wait, I had it a second
Shadow.
ago.
Shadow.
Shadow, yeah.
So he's like, "Where's Shadow? Where's Shadow?" Oh my god. And then he comes out of the forest and he's just limping, and he's just limping. And it is like, the part that I think I cried at was the actual when he's stuck in the mud pit and you like think he's not going to get it. Shadow is an icon. And here's the other thing. I grew up with a red golden retriever. I've also, as an adult, had a golden retriever. I have a very soft spot for golden retrievers. So like that specifically, but like an old dog will always get me. Like he is so sweet. And he has the voice of like "It's okay, go on without me." Like it's like, Anyway.
Do you want me to make Homeward Bound even worse?
What?
There's an internet theory. You know how people like have this like skewed conspiracy theory about like films, in that like Boo from Monsters Inc. is the witch from Brave kind of thing.
Yes.
There's a theory that when he falls in the pit, he actually dies, and the last scene when he reunites with the family is him in heaven. which is the saddest thing in the world.
What kind of fucking monster came up with that theory? What is wrong with people? Why are you doing this, people? I can't. I also won't watch the second one. I don't know that I've cried at the second one, but I will not watch the
second one refutes that theory because that dog is in the second one,
alive.
so yeah, it's all good. Yeah, but
that one also makes me really sad that they're like getting left behind. I can't. Anyway, so that is one of the movies. And the other movie is so dumb, but I'm gonna admit it because I was. It's dumb. It's dumb that I've cried at it. I was like in my teens when I cried at it, to be fair, if that's any justification. It is.
I think of like what would be the most inappropriate film for you to cry at, like American Pie. Like what?
No, it is another 90s movie. And so unsurprisingly, also features a golden retriever, and it is Air Bud. And and I know Air Bud isn't a sad movie. Here's the thing. I understand that. There are two scenes though that emotionally I get wrecked at. Number one is, for those who don't recall, Air Bud is a dog who can play basketball. A fun time for the family. And the kid discovers this dog, right? Like he discovers him, he takes him in. Well, the other owner wants him back. And at one point they put, I think the judge rules like the dog can choose. So they put the two guys and the dog has to like go to whichever one he wants. And the guy is like a circus performer or something. Like the former owner's that's why he can do the basketball stuff, because he worked in a circus. And he is like, come on. And he has this newspaper and he's like whacking it. Like, we know this dog gets abused. Like, it's horrible. So that scene is terrible. And the other scene that is, again, I shouldn't have cried at this, but I did. When later in the movie, the little boy is like, he's not allowed to have the dog or something, and so he wants the dog to go away so he doesn't have to go back to the former owner. So he I don't know exactly, because it's been a very long time since I watched this movie. I don't know exactly what happens, but he ditches the dog somewhere, and the dog tries to swim because he's on a boat. The dog tries to swim after him, and he's like, "No, buddy, stay, no!" And he's yelling at the dog to leave him be, and it's so sad, and it's heartbreaking to think that the dog is thinking I'm not wanted. And that's the other. Listen, it's Air Bud. I don't. That's it.
It sounds absurd when you say Air Bud. Like that's funny as hell. But yeah, talk about those scenes. Dogs in emotional, anything emotional with dogs or distress or peril is completely understandable. Yeah. So you're not quite an Amanda, because I don't think an Amanda would really.
No, I don't think she'd get worked up over animals at all. No, no. I mean, humans can die, and I'm fine.
Wow.
I don't think I cried at Marley and Me, but I know that that one.
I refuse to watch that film because I know the premise of it, and I'm like,
it's fucked.
I have no interest in watching that film.
You shouldn't. Here's the thing. Don't ever let any children read Where the Red Fern Grows, okay? Because it's no one warns you ahead of time what that is actually about. And it's really sad. So yeah, those are the, and do you know the TV show? Do you know the episode of television? I feel like you might.
That's what I was going to ask. I was I don't want to linger on it too much and obviously air all your trauma and stuff, but no, what was the TV show?
The TV show was actually season 4, episode, I want to say 3 of Succession.
Yeah.
Without spoiling,
was it Shiv on the phone?
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Without spoiling anything from the show Succession, that is a big episode, and the character of Shiv is what finally broke me. I was already feeling the feelings, but then I just, Sarah Snook is an icon and a legend and such an incredible actor. Her emotions just completely destroyed me and wrecked me. So wow. Yeah, I did cry at that episode of TV. Again, very rare for me. So and I love Succession. So
I love that we get to air yours and talk about yours in depth, because there's no way we can do it with me, because I intentionally I seek out things to try and make me cry, because I kind of am weird in the sense that I feel if it elicits a strong emotion from me, then it is good media. But I love me a good film that will probably make me cry. Like whether it's an intentional tearjerker, like Beaches, or anything like that, kind of like
Mhm.
typical tearjerkery films, or even just stuff that just hits a little too hard, like
Mhm.
kind of thing. Like stupid sci-fi that gets me sometimes of just like big picture, like emotional things. I don't know. It's weird. I cry
Yeah.
far too much.
No,
So
I really don't cry at media too often. Books, maybe actually a little more often. But I think part of that is because it's in my own head. Like I can
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I can make myself cry more than like anything else can. Like what is it? Is it Blue Valentine? I know they made it into
Yeah,
a
they made it into a film, right?
movie. But it was a book first, I think. Yeah. This is the one where it's about a couple, and it's so tragic that I was just devastated. I was devastated by it. And the other one, again, I whatever, I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care. It's the book, not the show, not the movie, not anything else, but it was the book specifically, The Time Traveler's Wife. I was See, it's ridiculous. I was inconsolable. It was so sad. I couldn't get over
Wow.
it. I know.
That's a film I don't think I'll ever
You don't need
watch,
to see the movie.
let alone read.
The
Like,
show
I
was
don't.
actually really good. The show was good. They did a show not that long ago with the guy with a great butt. What is his name? Time Traveler's Wife show. Hold on.
Noah Reed.
Theo
It's like,
James. Theo
oh yeah,
James.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the dunk on that guy. He's in it, and Rose Leslie is in it. And it's
He's a
incredible.
disgustingly handsome man, Theo James.
That's what I'm saying.
He's in The Gentleman, which is like TV
The
adaptation of like the
Gentleman.
film of that, and he plays like this country estate like posh guy that gets
Yeah, he
embroiled in
does.
like all this cockney kind of like drug dealing empire kind of thing, and he's just rocking around in like old money kind of like posh outfits, and like damn, like one of the Bond contenders at the very least at one point, if I remember rightly, back in the day.
I am
Disgusting.
daddy. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's the stuff I've cried at. Not a long list. But I don't, again, I don't really I cry in real life, I promise. I just do not cry. I cry more out of anxiety and frustration, more so than media, I would say. That's, I don't look to cry.
Understandable in this day and age.
Oh, good God, you're telling me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I cry at the state of the world very often. It's never gonna get better. Yeah. But anyway, back to the holiday. Enough on crying. Let's talk about romantic stuff. Let's talk about You Had Me at ... So the most romantic moment of the film. I have a couple of contenders I wrote down, but feel free if you have others I didn't note here. I have Miles writing the melody for Iris. I have Amanda running to stay with Graham. And I have Graham telling Amanda he loves her. Did I miss any? Are there other ones that I missed?
In terms of like, yeah, this is the thing. So there is a difference, I think, in this film between like, romantic moments and then grand gestures. I think we're lacking in like the big grand gestures.
Yeah.
Obviously there's the big running scene and the like. I feel like actually you've got Amanda and Graham big gestures, and then you've actually got romantic moments with Iris and Miles. Like it's very different. I think. Oh god, I've just seen what you've written down. There is that as well. Yeah.
I added that Miles makes Iris fettuccine. Because listen, I would die for fettuccine. Okay, make me a fettuccine Alfredo. Yes, that's it. That's it.
Every time I hear fettuccine Alfredo, all I can think about is Brennan Lee Mulligan saying it. Fettuccine Alfredo. It's so fucking good. I don't know. I kind of feel like the best moments are the Iris and Miles ones. So I feel like I need to pick from those. And I think I'm gonna pick the one that Will highlighted to us, which is that while Miles is, having
Yeah.
the ex be like, oh, I'm so sorry, all of that. And he's just there, like doing the piano for the melody. And I was just like, oh, there's something to that, I think. So that's gonna be mine. I'm gonna pick that.
Okay. I don't know what to call this. I wrote Miles playing music with his hands, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Air
he's just like
playing.
he's like playing the piano with one hand just on the couch beside him. It's really subtle.
Yeah.
It's really good nod.
I'm doing Miles writing the melody for Iris. I think it is
Mm.
I think it's so cute because it starts out as like he's writing play up music for Arthur for when he goes to, get his award. And it's about like, what people have had these conversations, like, what would the soundtrack to your life be? Like what is the song what is your entrance music? Right. And so
Yeah.
he's playing for Arthur. And then he just like, it is so romantic that he has thought and composed a song for Iris, and like it fits her vibe, like, and the fact that the movie then plays that score, like it's just so lovely. I think it is it's adorable, and I love their little bonding over the skiddly doos. I just think it's all together, it's incredible. So yeah, that's gonna be
Honestly, give me any film where Jack Black just, riffs to himself, like skibidi, like he's so good at that. And like even if it's like cheesy and stuff, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I feel like Jack Black falls under that category of like, okay, not quite to the extent of like an Adam Driver, where Adam Driver is like, or what's that other guy's name? Pete something or other on SNL who was with Ariana Grande. Davids, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like those guys that they're not conventionally attractive, but then like you think about it and it's like, no, they're kind of attractive. I maybe it's a different category. It is a different category because Pete Davidson and Adam Driver are like ugly hot, where it's like they're a bit weird looking, but they're also hot. And then I don't think Pete Davidson's hot, but this is like a thing.
Unconventionally hot. Yeah. I know what you mean though.
hot.
They've got prominent features or
Yeah.
like things that ordinarily would be, I guess, if you're on the school playground, like kids would maybe like point out and stuff like that. Whereas,
But Jack Black is funny hot.
Well, Jack Black's got charisma for days. Like he, like as the kids would say, he's got the riz. Like he is, even when they're like flirting in the blockbuster, and he's just like making her laugh by just being so much of a personality and loud. Like, even though he's kind of in that scene a little bit mansplaining, I'm like, he's still charming with it. Like he's just got this. There's something magnetic about him with it, and so like, and that I think supersedes anything in terms of like physical attractiveness. That's the thing you focus on most. It's just someone's magnetism.
Yeah. No, I agree. Oh god, I love him so much. He's funny hot. He definitely falls into the category of funny hot for me, where it's like he's so attractive because he's so funny. And just because he just makes you laugh with how ridiculous he is. I really enjoy people who are just so shameless, like they're not embarrassed by anything. Like the fact that he's just like yelling at a blockbuster, like I would never. I'd be Iris. I'd be like, please stop. Like this is too much. But I love it. So
I love that he's like it's not a library, and I'm there going, but it is. It's like a
society.
It's a film library. Shut up.
You're too loud.
What's really cool about that scene though is Dustin Hoffman makes cameo in that.
Yeah.
And apparently he was just wandering by. Obviously he's friends with director, and she was like, "Yeah, do you want to have cameo in this film?" And then they obviously mentioned The Graduate and then cut to him. I was like, nice little nods there. There was a couple of things. I mentioned it earlier. Another one that was thrown in at the last minute, boob graze was thrown in as well, because Jack Black accidentally did it to the director, and she's like, ordinarily guys just pretend that it didn't happen, and Jack Black apparently goes, "Oh, sorry for the boob graze."
Yeah, it's perfect. It's very Jack Black, so it's very Miles. Yeah. Jack Black is a person who, like, it feels like he imbues himself into every character he's ever played. He can't help it.
I feel like he kind of plays himself 50% of most roles.
Yeah, like, Will and I were talking about this with okay, see the names. I'm so bad with them, all of them. Okay, the guy who plays Derek from The Good Place, who was on Taskmaster recently, Jason
Mantzoukas.
Thank you. He's just him in everything. He plays himself. He is always him. Yeah, like that's him. That's just him playing him.
Really is. Really is. Derek and Jason are the same person.
They are the same person.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that makes sense. I love that both of our moments are Miles moments because I really do love Miles.
Which is bad because I'm talking about cutting him from the film at the beginning of this.
Yeah,
So
what's wrong? Again, what's wrong with you?
I have been turned around a little bit on it.
Yeah, you're
I
welcome.
didn't know why. Yeah.
All right, let's do the meet cute or meet creep meter. Such a good
This
name.
one's tough because I kind of feel like there's not many red flags, but there are some.
Yeah, explain to me these red flags that you see.
So, what is it that Jude Law says? It's just like, I'm not old school. I don't make out with unconscious women.
Listen, he doesn't. That's
not
a good
old
thing.
school. Old school is
that's
not
rapey.
an acceptable way of
Yeah.
saying rapey.
That's
yeah.
sexual assault.
But similarly, flip it around. Amanda totally takes advantage of a drunken individual that turns up to her place.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
But I feel like he wasn't. He was tipsy.
He says I wasn't that drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't that drunk, kind of thing. So yeah, the red flags aren't as strong, I think, as most. I think I really am scraping the barrel trying to find them there.
Yeah. I think that, and they're not even red flags. I would say the things that these couples have going against them is obviously the long distance, aspect. But I don't. Those aren't red flags about them as people. I think, again, a very big reach. I think is like Miles and Iris commiserating over like shared trauma of choosing the wrong people. However, I think that like that's just both of them have experience choosing shitty people and they're both good people. So naturally they're gravitating towards one another. So I don't think that's a red flag. I don't know. I don't really see any red flags with these couples. Maybe, I mean, I do feel like there is a red flag aspect to like Graham really not revealing that he's a daddy right away. Like he doesn't have to introduce his kids to Amanda right away, but like I do feel like it's an important part of his life that he's a father.
I don't know because they kind of established really early on that this is a good time, not a long time thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And so there isn't that kind of like need to really like he's compartmentalized, as he said, like aspects of his life. And this was, I mean, she was a booty call, is what she was for a short period of time. So what's the point in talking about kids in that? Total boner killer.
I do love the what are your plans for New Year's? Oh, I have the girls for New Year's. Like, okay. And she's like, oh, good, even better. It's like, I mean, it just doesn't strike me as someone who likes kids, but hey, what do I know? Yeah, I don't know.
Things that she will do for Jude Law. Tolerate children.
Wouldn't we all though? Oh my god, I can't. I don't know. What do you think? What are you thinking for the meet?
Slightly higher up. I'm thinking like green flags. I don't know. I'm reluctant to say soulmate status purely for the fact that I don't know, like Amanda annoys the hell out of me.
Like I don't know. I just don't. I mean, I can't identify any red flags. So is that not soulmate status?
I guess. Yeah. I mean, like, because this thing, I'm not going to poo-poo long distance relationships. There are instances where it absolutely does work. It is work for a lot of people that are engaged with them.
But let's face it, Amanda's rich.
Well, this is the thing. Like, they have that in their favor as well, which absolutely does work.
Are all of these people rich? Is my other question.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like they all live this like rom-com idealized fantasy lifestyle where, like a middling newspaper role gets you what is probably valued at now. I didn't certainly look up cottages in that area to see if I could possibly buy one. Is over £1 million cottage.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone in this film is rich. They can fly to each other.
Exactly. Like Jude Law's got that widow inheritance money. Like he probably married rich as well.
Yeah, and let's face it. We all know Iris and Miles are being written into Arthur's will, like immediately. And he is old, so it's only a matter of time till we have another person to mark off on the dead column.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to go to LA and find some doddering old rich guy, throw a vague interest in his profession, and just steal his money.
I think that's the move. I do think that is
the move. I think that's highly unethical and really evil.
I mean, obviously it's unethical, but
Oh yeah, I mean, how else do you get rich?
Exactly. Okay, let's move on to the best in showmance.
Oh,
So,
dear.
how do you feel about this movie? Because I know you
Honestly, it's
hate
better
it.
than I remembered. Better than I remembered. It's got
Okay.
some really, I think, iconic moments. It's got some really good feels from it as well, like the whole Arthur
Yeah.
stuff. I would say even like the Amanda Graham stuff. As much as I'm poo-pooing it a little bit, they're not as bad as I make out. But it doesn't have quotes. It doesn't have the quotes,
It's not
which I think is
quotable.
severely
That's
lacking.
unfortunate. Yeah.
So I kind of see it as being a little bit better than Say Anything, but nowhere near as good as 10 Things I Hate About You.
Okay.
Like, I'm thinking like a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move this bar over here, and I have to make that blue.
Oh.
Just ignore it. It's blue. Pretend it's blue. It's happening right now. Okay, interesting. A 7. Okay, because in my personal feelings here, right? So I am obviously higher on both of the past 2 movies we've seen previously. I had Say Anything at a 7, and I had 10 Things I Hate About You at a 9.5. And I love this movie. I do think I watch it, maybe not every single holiday season, but like close to it. It is one of my go-tos. I think there is
Wow.
just so much to love. I do think, to your point, it is not quotable. There's really, like, we were looking up things to quote, and there's just not much. I do think it does get the credit though of being like it ages very well. I don't think there's much in it that like makes me cringe. Unlike some of these other movies, like there are certainly cringe things. So all that being said, I am going to give this film a 9 because I think it's
Outrageous.
worthy of it.
Outrageous, Jeff.
I don't care because I love it so much.
Wow. We've
It's
only
so
been
good.
separated by 0.5 in all of our previous rankings.
Yeah.
And
And yet here
this
we
puts
are.
a solid 2 points between us.
Yeah. Get better taste. What do you want me to say?
Wow.
Look at him. Look at this beautiful bar graph. I gotta move these over a little bit. Just no one pay
So
attention to
rude.
how probably uneven some of this is.
So
Anyway,
type A.
it's annoying. I can tell that this gap is bigger than this one. Anyway, no one else noticed but me, and now you can't stop
Mhm.
staring at it if you're watching us on
Yeah.
YouTube, which you definitely should be.
Should be.
You had Meat Pod. Okay. On to the next. We got to tell the listeners what we're watching next, Stuart, and that's on you because I did my part this time.
Yeah. So 2010s. Not as bereft of choices as I first thought. Fair amount that is on our kind of like short list that we've got going. But there's some real contenders. I don't know whether I should talk through them because I'm not
No,
sure.
you should because
Okay.
pre-pod you had mentioned possibly making some sort of a deal. So now you're gonna have to talk through some things in order for that said deal to go through.
Okay, so for context, anyone who's tuning in for this one but hasn't listened to our last one, we made a bit of a deal in that we're meant to be going back and forth, making these choices, and then obviously odd number of decades going up is that we then swap over for the other one, so we both get a choice from each decade over the course of this entire season. I have given up my choice for the 2000s for the next one to allow Jess to pick Love Actually for that one so that we get I didn't have to watch Serendipity.
No, we're not doing Love Actually for that one. We are doing
What?
We've talked about this off the podcast.
Am I misremembering from something 2 weeks ago? This is really bad.
You absolutely are.
This is being recorded, isn't it?
It is, and people are going to know. What we had, let me correct you here. Actually, what happened in our conversation was I said, should we watch a movie I love and I think is very underrated, or should we watch something that is more time appropriate with it being the holiday season? And you said, let's just do the holiday one you want to do, and we will do the other one as my choice, which is not holiday themed, but is a movie that you have not seen and that I think is extremely underrated.
I remember now, yes, because I'm conflating the fact because I thought you were going to
Yes.
pick Love Actually
You
instead of
did.
Holiday, which
You
which
did.
is why I made that gambit in the first place.
I hate Uncle Jamie.
I do hate Uncle Jamie. But anyway, I've got this one, and so like basically, I'm stuck between two banger choices. First, well, actually, I'd say three probably. So, Easy A
Oh,
for
love
one.
it.
It's so good.
And there's
Crazy
a lot
Stupid
of
Love.
references
Oh,
as well made in
yes.
EZA, which is also, I think, just fun because it has a lot of callbacks to rom-coms.
Completely. It's got the tooch. It's got a great like family dynamic with their whole like strange, super chill parenting approach.
Family is so weird.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
weird. I kind of love it so much. Great, like so many quotes as well.
Yeah.
Then Crazy Stupid Love is just again
Yeah.
another Emma Stone one. Infinitely quotable.
Mhm.
Major red flags to discuss,
So many red flags.
which
Been
is really
cuckolded
bad.
by David Lindhagen.
I'm finding it very a certain storyline which we won't talk about unless we actually do talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, despite that, is I think a very universally loved film as well.
Yes.
And then weirdly, despite me not thinking that this would be applicable until I was reminded pre-pod that there is a romance in this, Bridesmaids, which is freaking hilarious. A real like kind of prime of SNL cast members coming
Yeah.
together and just absolutely knocking it out of the park with some again infinitely quotable lines. I
Yeah.
find this to be really, really difficult. And we'll also throw in friends with benefits, no strings attached, all those kind of ones of just oh yeah, edgy. We're really open talking about all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm finding it really difficult. So, like, are you willing to negotiate?
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you
I'd
want to
negotiate.
pick from one of those?
I mean, yes, in looking at so to peek behind the curtain a little bit, in looking at our list that we have for the 2010s, like you said, we have Easy A, Crazy Stupid Love, No Strings Attached, Friends with Benefits, Bridesmaids, Sleeping with Other People, The Big Sick, Crazy Rich Asians, and Always Be My Maybe. And those are kind of like that's the list that we have going. Of that list, I mean, I've seen a lot of them. To be honest, I don't really remember Crazy Rich Asians. I know I've seen it. I just don't really remember it. I know people love it. I don't know. But of these movies, my favorites are the three that you have listed. Like I adore all three of them. So I'm game for covering two of those three. It's just which two do you want to cover? Because
This is really bad for a podcast, so I still haven't decided. So I'm going to roll a dice for it.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let me propose something. I feel like Easy A should be one we cover because of the premise of the podcast being we're covering rom-coms. It has so many references to old rom-coms. I feel like it just feels like the more modern take on a rom-com, which I do think would be fun to look at. And maybe if I can go even further to say we should definitely do it, it should be my pick for when we swing back around because we will have covered more rom-coms by that point.
Interesting. I can definitely go for that. In which case, instead of rolling for a choice of three, rolling for two now.
There you go.
If it's odds, we're going Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
If it's evens, we're going Bridesmaids.
Okay. Here we go.
Evens. We're going Bridesmaids.
Okay. All right.
David Lindhagen, you have been cuckolded.
You have been cuckolded, David Lindhagen. Take that, Kevin Bacon. Yeah. At least we don't have to talk about the Jessica storyline because I would die.
Yeah, that was my worry. Is that
actually
I adore Crazy Stupid Love, and I don't really want to get into the real tall grass of like how bad that is.
It's so bad. Yeah. So bad. But I can't wait. I love Bridesmaids.
I haven't watched it in a
Megan,
long time.
the character of Megan with the puppies, I adore her. I absolutely adore her so much. She's so funny. There's a lot of poop jokes in Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
A
big
lot of poop
significant poop scene.
Yeah, a lot of poop happening.
Coming out of them like
Yeah.
lava and all that stuff.
There is
there's
a
also
yeah, there's
I was
a
gonna say
scene where
the
I'm gonna
bit
say is
with
yes, go.
no, we're just talking over each other.
This feels like Bridesmaids of the scene that I was gonna mention, where they're both trying to do the speech and they can't stop and it goes too far. I'm like, it's too cringy. It needs to stop. It needs to end. It's too much. Yeah. Yep. Anyway,
Yeah,
you speak
fantastic. Oh no, I was just gonna say the other like iconic scene I think is the one where she's talking to the girl behind the counter and they're just being insulting as shit to each other, and she ends it with probably just the worst side of it. Just well, you're a little word I shouldn't say on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, as much as we say the holiday is not very quotable, oh, I could rattle off some Bridesmaids quotes. Like there are so many.
yeah.
I'm glad he's single. I'm gonna climb that like a tree. Help me, I'm poor. Like it's just so. Your whatever stove. You say your name is Stove. What kind of name is that? Are you an appliance? Like it's so good. It's so good. I love it.
I'm really looking forward to it. I haven't watched it in a long time, and I'm curious to see what the romance is like in it, because I completely, as mentioned, talked about it before the pod, forgot it that there was a romantic element to it.
Yeah.
Poor Chris O'Dowd. I'm sure he has a bigger impact on a rewatch with this context.
Yeah. I mean, arguably, and we'll obviously talk about it next time, arguably this movie is much more about female relationships and friendships than it is the romance. But like I'm excited to talk about that aspect because it gives big like Galentine's Day energy. So I'm excited to get into it because God, I
like it. We get to discuss like the dynamics of like how friendships do affect relationships as well. Hoes before bros, that whole like kind of thing.
Yes.
What it's like if you are the singleton that is being left while the other one like runs off with a relationship and you're the loner little Larry.
Larry.
It's like, yeah, I think there's, rather than going for the cliche aspect of like, you know, the romance side of things, let's talk about the impact of it wider on that. And yeah, we get into it. I also just laugh at it being ridiculously funny.
It's so good. I can't wait to talk about Kristen Wiig and Don Draper. What's his name? John Hamm. Their back and forth is so ridiculous. I love the conversation. We're going to talk about it next time. The conversation. Pre-potting. Maya Rudolph when she's like, oh, when they try to just like bounce it around your face and she does the thing with the hand. It's just staring at me with the one eye. It's just they're just like it feels like it's of a time where they were like, let's pick the funniest people that we can from like an SNL sort of a thing and let them improv and just see what happens. So yeah, I'm excited. Well, that'll be for 2 weeks from now. Bridesmaids, baby, for our 2010 pick, 2010s pick. Yeah. Anyway, anything else, Stuart? Anything else you need to say on the podcast?
Let me go through. Did I have any other notes? Yeah, LA's windy. Jack Black has Riz. Why doesn't Jess cry? Jude Law cries at everything. Am I Jude Law? Yeah, I think we covered everything. Yeah.
You wish you were fucking Jude Law.
Hey, I've seen Jude Law in person. I saw him at a street food market from around the corner when I worked, because we used to work near a theatre where he was performing at. And yeah.
Did you ask him to do Mr. Napkin Head?
No, I really didn't. I was just taken aback because he was really bald.
Oh. Well, that's made me really sad.
Hey, we got peak Jude Law in this film. Just appreciate that for what it is.
Just gonna remember these times. Anyway, listen, bald men, you get it. You know, like if you're going bald, just shave it. It's fine. You know,
that was the thing. It was less that he was like bald. It was more that he hadn't fully embraced it yet.
You gotta embrace the baldness, and then just throw a hat on. Like, who cares?
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, well, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with Bridesmaids. But until then, listeners, if you were a melody,
we'd use only the good notes.
Bye.